It was Martin Luther King holiday weekend. Stu Daddy and the family Phillips, along with their cousin Kevin, me, ventured out to the National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. It's been decades since cousin Stuart and I last saw each other, and the first time meeting his daughter Jada, her husband Dell, and their two daughters. This outing was the kickoff to what would be a weekend of treasured memories. The museum is 4 floors of eye-opening history you didn't know you didn't know. That's because so much of it has never been taught. And forget about catching it all in a single visit. It's not possible. Trust me, this was my 3rd time around. The place is beautiful. The structure, a work of art. Thanks to lead designer David Auger, lead architect Philip Freeland, and their architectural team, Freeland, Auger Bond, and Smith Group. This is the only national museum devoted exclusively to the documentation of African American life, history, and culture. It took over 100 years of campaigning to finally come to fruition, and on September 24, 2016, the museum opened its doors. More than 40,000 artifacts have been collected to date. To quote the founding director, Lonnie G. Bunch, "This museum will tell the American story through the lens of African American history and culture. This is America's story, and the museum is for all Americans." The exhibits are very engaging and rich in information. You will want to read everything in front of you. The interactive gallery was a perfect spot for the little ones. Okay, I confess, for the big ones too. The interactive step show was a huge draw. I found myself impressed with Stu Daddy's moves. I fondly remember my first visit to the museum, striking up a conversation with a retired history teacher from the Midwest. She and her husband were on their 2nd visit in 2 days. She was shocked by all of the history she never knew. So if you get the urge for edification and clarification about a nation, do yourself a favor and plan your first visit to the National Museum of African American History and Culture. I know my cousins will be back, and you can bet I'll be right along with them. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to Dove Light. And by the way, check out the sequel, Family Game Night.